Poducer.
Dude, my friend, he bought this this Labubu bong. That's what
Oh,
they
it's
called
actually
it.
a bong.
Yeah, dude, it's got a little, but it's like
Sweet.
it's made of like silicone.
Okay,
Not a
yeah.
fun thing to actually smoke out of.
Yeah, imagine that would.
Do you smoke at all?
I do, yeah, but
Okay.
I've been mainly smoking pens for a while,
Yeah,
and now whenever I go back to like analog weed, fucking hits me hard.
dude, it does hit you in a nice way, but I don't smoke that often.
Yeah.
Only when I'm drunk, and that's always like,
Yeah, so
what am I doing?
Yeah. I went out to dinner with a mate of mine recently, and he was like, I got a joint, you want to smoke this? And I was like, yeah, fucking. And I was sat in this restaurant, and I wear contacts, and my eyes dried out so much, my vision just went completely blurry. I just forgot to blink for like 2 minutes, and my contacts just dried out. And I literally just couldn't fucking see anything. I'm just like,
Your eyes
trying
are
to
just
read
like,
my phone. I'm like,
dude, that happens to me from just looking at a computer screen too long.
Yeah.
I'm just like, does that happen to you? Because like, I swear,
do you wear your contacts as well?
I don't wear contacts, but I think I need to get my eyes checked again because like, I swear one of my eyes is like can see farther.
Oh yeah, I've got that. I think my right eye is worse.
Okay.
Because when I have contacts, I have to make sure the right one's in the correct eye. Otherwise, if I swap them around, I'm like, oh,
You're
shit.
just like, oh,
It's like I've taken fucking DMT. It's like, whoa.
Speaking of cartridges,
yeah.
well, I probably shouldn't say this on the podcast, but
DMT cut. Bro,
Ju-
a friend of mine, it was like New Year's Eve, and he was at a bus stop after being at the bar, and some guy was like, hey man, you want to hit my cart? And you're like, the bus is like pulling up. He's like, oh yeah, cool. Takes a fat rip, sits down on the bus, and just fucking, that was DMT.
oh my
The
god,
dude just like fucking did him. Just like, here you go, mate, do this. And just set him on his way.
that is crazy. Honestly, that'd be like a good, I was gonna say content series, but
I would watch that Instagram channel, just making people hit the DMT cart and not telling them.
I mean, at least it's not as bad as dosing someone with like acid.
Yeah, you'd be fine in 10 minutes, mate. But also, fuck me, that would suck. Fucking, you can put yourself in the shadow realm real quick.
Have you?
Yeah.
It's
I did my friend bought one round once, and we just sat around and just played the soundtrack to Oblivion. You know when you're in the, played
yeah.
Oblivion?
yeah.
You know when you're in the markets and it's just like really soothing, like comfortable music. Like, I've been in that game for hundreds of hours in my life, and I was just like, oh, it's just so nice.
Did like the text pop up and it was like, can I loot this? Like,
A friend of mine was I thought about putting on like just switching to the battle music halfway through, but oh shit. Like,
yeah.
oh.
Yeah, that does sound kind of fun though. It's like calming. Anyway,
put me
we'll
on
fucking, we're gonna get into the podcast.
Yeah, I've relaxed now.
Okay,
That's-
good.
cool.
Dude, I haven't done a podcast in a while. It's just like, what do I even say?
Yeah.
Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome to Poducer, the podcast for producers. My name is Jerry. I don't always introduce myself. I told myself I should do that. And today we're joined by Combine.
Hello.
I always ask, what do you do, man?
In like day job or music stuff? Where are we going?
You can decide how to answer.
Yeah, right. Day job, I work in refrigeration. I do like I'm a production manager for like a startup. So I just manage making stuff like big machines and then making sure clients are happy. So that takes up a lot of my time. Trying to do more music, but yeah. I need to do less gigs in like Q1 so I can write more music, because I've been gigging every weekend for like 2 months, and it's just absorbed all my free time to write music. So
Even just saying Q1, I can tell you're like,
yeah,
you understand that grind.
Yeah, it's been intense, but it's a good time.
I mean, it's nice to make money too, though.
It is nice to make money, to finally be like not like worried for a bit and be able to just buy stuff. That was nice. Yeah,
That's nice. We're getting there.
we're getting there, people.
I'm getting
Just
there.
Keep on the grind, boys.
You really got to get on the grind. Your baseline busy is probably pretty busy because you do the day job, and then you also make tons of music and tour. Like you're in Chicago, you're from, or you live in Oregon.
Yeah.
So
I think it was like November, December. I had 2 gigs a weekend for like 5 weeks in a row, and then on top of that, I'd be like either in Oregon working there or on site doing installs. Like I was in Philadelphia at the Eagles, Go
Hey.
Birds. So yeah, just constantly running around the country.
You string that around with the gig. So you do a gig and then you're like, I'm going to go do an install now.
Yeah. Like Friday I flew to Austin, and then Saturday I flew to New York, played a show at 3 a.m., went back to the hotel for 4, and then 8 a.m. I woke up and drove 2 hours to Philly, and then did a 12-hour day. And just doing that for like 6 weeks straight or something.
Have you always had kind of that like...
I'm one of those people, just I need to keep moving. I need to keep doing things or else...
Because you start like being like, what the fuck?
If I don't have stuff going on, I just get bummed out. So
Yeah. That's how I feel. I get bummed on the weekends sometimes because I'm like, I don't know. It's like my time to chill, but I'm like, I'd almost rather be
I want to be doing stuff. Like, yeah.
But also for me, it's like a lot of times my social battery is still kind of like not super high. So it's like, I don't really want to go out. I almost want to just stay home and work on something. Yeah. But then I start getting into that same limbo space where I'm like, I should be chilling. And I'm like, no, I'm just going to work. I don't know if it's good or bad.
I have a bad thing in that I will agree to any social occasion that anyone tells me about. And then I feel bad canceling. And then I end up being like, oh, I have to go do this. And I'm kind of tired. But I said I would. So I don't want to let people down. I like to try and be reliable and accountable. So,
dude, being impeccable with your word, that is...
I think it's the most important thing in like jobs and life in general. Even if you're not that great skill-wise, just being responsible and accountable and reliable, you'll be fine in life.
Dude, if you're working for me as an employee and you just randomly tell me you can't show up, I'm like, you got to be like dying, dude. What's going on?
So, your grandma died. She was what, 110 years old?
Yeah. Like, you knew she was going to go.
I get you're sad, but also like, come on.
Yeah.
2 weeks for 110-year-old grandma.
Yeah. You're good, dude.
Yeah.
Rub some dirt on it. But yeah, dude, we also always start the podcast with a question about your first concert. So what was your first concert?
As an avid listener of the podcast, I've been thinking about this for a while. I was trying to figure out which one it was. It was either Avenged Sevenfold or Pendulum. Oh. And that kind of accurately describes my like musical upbringing, was metal and dance music and kind of forming them together.
Well, and Pendulum's got like their new stuff is very metal. I don't know if I like the new stuff that much, but you know, it's okay. So was this in the UK?
Yeah, this is in the UK. I grew up in North Wales. So if you look at like England as like a thing, it's on the left. You know where Wales is? It's on the left-hand side. It looks like a head with a guy pointing out. I'm from like the shoulder of Wales. In a town called, my village was called Dwygyfylchi. Welsh is a really weird language in that it's completely phonetic. So you say it as you spell it, but you only know how to say it if you know the way that the letters sound. Because it has like double L's is like a different letter. It's like like Dwygyfylchi. So yeah, it's a whole thing. It's got roots in like Celtic shit. Like
okay,
like the people that England didn't quite kill off a few hundred years ago.
Right. My girlfriend, she is Irish, and it's a storied history over there.
Yeah, especially the Irish. Talking about the Troubles. We won't get into the Troubles.
We're not going to get into that.
This is for producers, not for history nerds.
And the accents change a shitload really quickly.
By like 15 miles. Like I remember growing up, there's a town over called Bangor, and I could hear someone's voice and be like, "Oh, you're from Maithgetlan." Like 100%, I just know. Yeah, you feel from Carnarvon, that's 10 miles away, but it's a completely different accent. It's so hyper localized.
Yeah, that's really interesting. I got to spend some more time over there. But I want to go back to the first concert thing. So Avenged Sevenfold, sick.
Yeah.
Where was that?
Manchester.
Okay.
And there was another band that were there. I think what was Slipknot's? Stone Sour, was it?
They had like an alt group.
It was Jim Root and Corey Taylor. But it wasn't Slipknot. I think it was Stone Sour. I can't remember. But
see, I never really got into Slipknot, but I know I'd like it.
I was a big Slipknot fan, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like I was really into technical metal as a kid in like high school, but like I was in a really small school in the country, and no one else cared about what I wanted to do. So I was trying to form a band, and everyone was like, we're trying to make indie music. So then I found electronic music, and I was like, oh, you mean I can do the entire thing myself, and I don't have to rely on someone else to come in and practice with me? I was like, I'm just going to fucking do it myself, man.
I feel like that's probably a lot of people's thought process.
Yeah.
But also, let's talk Pendulum, because like I love Pendulum.
Same.
Like, I got put onto them. I mean, not that early, I guess. They had released, what is it? In Colors? What Colors? Is it just, wow, I'm really like...
it was In Silico.
Well, In Silico is the second one, and then what's the first one called? Hold Your Color?
Hold Your Color, yeah.
Okay.
Hold Your Color. Yeah.
Those two had come out, and then they released...
Immersion,
which
the
was...
underwater one. That had a bit more of the crossover stuff.
Yeah, it had more EDM. It was like leaning more into like Knife Party.
Yeah, I remember like, I think it was The Island Part 2, where I was like, oh, what's this? And I heard some like earlier dubstep stuff, but then I was like, everyone in my school had heard that, and it started to pick up a bit more.
But it still had some drum and bass bangers on it. Had like The Vulture. And
The Vulture's a banger, yeah.
Like Witchcraft.
The Tempest, was it as well? That was good.
Dude, that's off In Silico. Yeah. I fucking love
that that's track. A fucking great tune, man.
Dude, it's like a 7-minute track.
Yeah.
I can just hear dun 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 dun.
Yeah, I haven't listened to that tune in like 10 years, and you just brought it straight back to me.
Yeah. Sometimes we sing on the podcast.
Sweet little harmonization. Sweet.
All right, cool, man. Those are some banger firsts.
Yeah.
I kind of let's go like origin story with it, like growing up in the UK. When did you start kind of making, you said that you were trying to start a band and then you...
Yeah, I mean, I probably started making music on my computer at like 15. I started using Sony Acid Pro and just couldn't figure out how it worked. But then I found FL Studio. I was really into Deadmau5. Like I've discovered prog house and just wanted to make that. And like in my first year I wrote like a whole album. It was the most prolific I've ever been. But I was just, just styling out and playing with things, and I wasn't trying to be too regimented about it. And FL Studio for a few years. I moved to London, and then when I think it was like 2015, 2016, I went to university for music, made a lot of friends and studied it. But then I'd like go to university and go to my college tutor and be like, how do I make a respace? How do I program drum and bass drums? And they'd be like, I don't know, dude. And I was like, oh, okay, I've just got to figure that out. And this was before tutorials.
Yeah.
So it was like, it's kind of got to figure out entirely yourself.
Dude, that's how I felt. I went to school for audio engineering. I was like, they're going to teach me sound design. No. It was like how to make a snare.
Yeah, and it's like, I don't care about this.
It was, now I like kind of appreciate it.
Now, yeah.
But I wish they could have just
at the time, you were like, give me
how do I use Massive or some shit?
Give me the beans. I want to know how to make a respace. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So you went to school for music.
Yeah.
Was it music production or like music?
The title of the course was BA Commercial Music, but I specialized in sound design for moving image. And I wanted to do video games when I was younger.
Dude, same.
But that career path sucks. And
especially now, it's like, oh, we'll just use AI music or some shit.
Yeah. But also just like, it's such long hours and getting into a company is really hard. So I ended up going into advertising, sound and that sort of stuff. But that was later on down the line. I met Cursor at Boomtown Festival because I used to work for an agency called Meth Lab. Like I used to help out. That was like...
hilarious name.
Yeah.
This is an artist like agency.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was like a label and agency in UK and Europe. Shouts out Jeff. And that was like Cursor, Bill and Disprove early, like all like the weird experimental stuff from like 2016. And I was artist liaison for Billen at Boomtown Festival, and then met Cursor, made a lot of tunes with him. He taught me Ableton. So thank you, Oscar. And then
walked in wearing the Cursor sweatshirt.
I did. I noticed. It's very warm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Buy one of the Cursor sweatshirts. They're really, really nice material and not that expensive. You should up your prices, Oscar. So that's kind of it. And then yeah, just being really influenced by sound design heavy music. I'm on Tobin. I listen to a lot of IDM when I'm not, like, I don't really listen to dubstep much when I'm just chilling.
Yeah, it's hard. I was listening to your jams today though, and it was doing it for me. Like, I was driving around running errands, and
also, like, I feel like if you just only listen to the music you make, you end up making things that sound like other people. And I try to not do that, because if I hear like a big tune and then there's like 10 tunes that sound like that tune, I'm always like, come on boys, come on boys, I get it, that's the big sound right now, but like, no one's gonna remember the clone, you know? You remember like the guy who set the pace, and then that take might get me told off. But
no, I think you're right. I mean, I feel like that is a big problem with like music now. It's hard to remember. The only times I remember tracks are because I like know the person. Yeah. Or like, you know,
one, I think it was what's his name? One of the guys from Total Science said, so every tune should have like one memorable thing that is unlike any other tune. Like just one thing that is like sticks in your brain and is the worm of that tune. And if I feel it's counterproductive if you're like, oh, I got this drum loop from Splice and I got this bass sound from a pack I saw on Instagram, and it's just, you know, a clone of I mean, a big one would be like when everyone made that, like there was like one sample pack that had the Badders loop in it, and then like 3 people released that tune, and there was, you know, I'm sure you know what I'm talking about.
I'm actually not familiar. So was it the bass sound, or was it the...
Yeah, well, the sample pack company had made like we'll copy that bass line from a Skrillex tune and then sell the sample, and then everyone kept using that because they were like, oh, it sounds like that Skrillex tune, and then loads of people got called out for like just dragging and dropping drum loops and bass loops and then calling it their music.
Was this the one where it was they had like the sample project too, and they just basically exported the sample project? Yeah, dude, I mean, it just doesn't seem very like fun to make music like that. Also,
I would feel like, I mean, I used to go through sample packs, and if I'd hear something, I'd be like, oh, that's just that tune. It just destroyed the merit of that tune for me in a way. They'd be like, oh, I could just make that tune in 5 minutes, just dragging in the right stuff. Whereas if you like develop your own methods and like really hone in your thing, that's way more interesting for me.
For sure.
Like, look at EEPROM, you know? No one's making EEPROM tunes because EEPROM sounds like EEPROM.
And it's wild too, yeah.
And you just got to be EEPROM to make those tunes. And
someone told me that EEPROM was trying to make music like right at the border of danceable and like not like what is this type of deal?
I was listening to some of his tunes on the plane today. I think it's called Ease Up, and I was like, I remember someone showing me that tune like before it came out. Shout out Alex. And I was just like, when does this, because it drops but then it doesn't drop for a bit and then it just comes in really hard, and it's just so like discombobulating, and then when it goes in you're like, fucking yes, it's great tune.
I kind of want to go back to what you said about if you have one thing, I know that you were quoting someone, but that if you have one thing in the track that is kind of unique, I feel like that's where people don't want to like do that thing because it's dangerous. It might ruin the track.
I think something that Oscar said to me once was like, it's easy to make digestible music, but it's hard to take a risk, and it's scary to take a risk. But if you don't take the risk, then are you really like doing something original? Do you know what I mean?
Hey, you just like fall back into the noise.
Like, I you know, if you look at like corporate design, and you always see that like Fred Meyer curvy, like corporate happy artwork style, you know?
I'm not familiar with the artist, but I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I mean, it's not one artist, but there's just like that classic derivative, easily digestible.
It's like
corporate
Canva core. Like,
yeah, that sort of shit. And it's like, yeah, cool. I mean, I'm sure that person's making bread, but like, are they like, yeah, cool, I'm an artist, or are they just like, I just draw shit for a living, you know? There's a difference between that.
Yeah, I feel that. I just had a whole conversation with my buddy who designed the logo, and we were talking about the art world, and it just gets so like pretentious at a certain point talking about some of the stuff.
100%.
But I do, I think it's worth taking that risk. The only thing you risk is it being timeless, maybe.
Yeah.
Like, you gotta have something that's interesting. But sometimes, you'll make a melody and you're like, it's like an earworm, but it's kind of annoying.
Yeah. I mean, Clippy, good friend of mine, he had a tune called Cheeky that he just put it on the EP, didn't think much of it, thought it would be like a sleeper and normal, and that was the biggest tune on that EP. And he was always like, oh, like I didn't think it had that much, but everyone's like, this is really unique and special and very cool. And that blew him up a lot more than what he thought was a title track,
Yeah.
And
so I hear that so often, people being like, the one that I didn't think. So who else, who are some other artists that you listen to? You were talking about like Amon Tobin, some IDM stuff.
My biggest influence is Noisia, 100%. Anyone who knows me knows that I think in Spotify listens, I've been in their top 0.1% for like 10 years. So,
sick.
Yeah. If anyone knows, like, if I sound like anyone, it's probably Noisia. So, but I try not to step on their toes too much, because
you do have unique bass design, in my opinion.
That's the nicest thing you could say to me. Thanks.
Like, because that's like the biggest thing for them. I feel like.
I mean, it's bass music, so
yeah.
That was always like the thing I spend the most time on. It's the thing I enjoy doing most. It's just making bass lines, because I love bass lines.
We could get into some of that stuff, but you did send me some tracks.
Yes.
So I almost forgot about that, but let's run it.
So if you go to the folder called album stuff.
Okay.
And try that. Let's go for Fresh Air, because I'd like to talk about that a little bit.
Okay. Anything you want to say about this one before we run it?
This is the first time I tried to make every single sound in Serum. So like, if it's in the tune, it's in Serum.
Like kicks, like
snare,
drums,
hi-hat, everything. I tried to like test myself to see if I could do it. And there's that meme about like, oh, I didn't want to use snare samples, so I started farming goats, and now I don't make music because I'm busy farming goats. That meme, it is kind of like that. Like, I just wanted to see if it was possible, and it is, but it is also long, but it's also really rewarding. So I recommend people just try it, because then, but also if I get quick enough at it, like if you look at Current Value, don't know if anyone in America knows Current Value, but he's insane. I watched a video with him, and he's using Operator to make drums, and he's just typing in all the numbers and setting the envelopes just with numbers, and he's like,
and he just knows where everything comes.
Programs in all the MIDI and then presses play, and it's just like a really sick drum loop. He didn't even like fucking listen to it while he dying everything in. He just knew. He was like, like about 20 milliseconds here, 120 here, and then about this note to this note, blah, blah, blah. Go. Best drum loop you ever heard.
Yeah, I don't know if this is the same person, but someone was showing me that this dude who makes everything in the track from a synthesizer, and it is really impressive. It's very impressive, and I feel like it could lend itself to more like signature sounds.
Yeah, that's kind of why I did it, to try and make it unique.
Yeah. All right, let's run this then.
Cool.
Now I'm like really listening.
Yeah. I
wouldn't have suspected that that this is all Serum.
Yeah, I was trying to not make it too weird, but it needs to, you know, not be completely alien. So
this is wild. Don't want to give them too much here.
This next section, then cut it, because this bit's interesting. That is actually a sample in Ableton from Electric Light Orchestra's Evil Woman. That's Fresh Air. I haven't finished it yet, so I might change it, but
exclusive.
Yeah.
I gotta put the dub siren here so I can hit it. That was an oversight. Okay.
You can make them pretty cheap if you're into like electrical stuff.
It's
a good project.
I really should have done that. I paid someone in the UK to make me a custom one.
Oh yeah?
And that's like pretty, I was like, all right, I'll give you some
Who
money.
was it?
Dude is called Roz EFX.
I bought one from a guy in the UK. I can't remember his name, so I was wondering if it was the same guy.
The website is literally just like dubsiren.com or something.
Wow, he's really gained the market.
He
like,
figured it out.
What are people going to Google it? Dubsiren.com. Easy.
Dude.
Yeah.
I was thinking about the kick. I was thinking about the drums when I was listening to it, because I feel like
the kick should be louder. I was listening to it at Black Box at Soundcheck, and I was like, the kick needs to be louder.
You think?
Yeah.
It kind of had that like a little bit more old school sounding dubstep kick, because it was like real punchy. Like,
yeah, I use a lot of convolution reverb to get like body stuff on top. So you got like the main body of it, like the sine wave transient thing, but then running that into a convolution and gating it after, and that EQ and distortion to create character.
So you were talking about when we were listening to it that you noticed in the spectrogram that there was a part of the frequency band that was not filled, and then you're like, oh, I'm going to put something there.
Yeah, I need something like in this range, and then just, you know, play around with Serum until I can find something, or, you know, filter stuff to fit in that area. I do that a lot.
Is that the goal, to fill the speaker cone? And also, how often are you using and relying on visual?
I use spectrograms and visualizers all the time. I really like them. Just because if you're working on something for like 8 hours, I know the whole like use your ears thing, but there's some things you can't see or can't hear. Like, you're not going to be able to see that your kick drum and your sub are like dovetailing when the sidechain goes together. If you want it to do one smooth motion, and if it's like doubling back on itself, you're losing speaker capability. Because there's one thing, you can make any sound, but if the speaker can't accurately recreate it, then it's pointless. Do you know what I mean?
So dovetailing with like phase cancellation?
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Yeah. So you can't hear that. I mean, some people say they can, but
you'd kind of have to look at the waveform and be like, okay, it's going up here.
Yeah.
And this one's going
down.
I
have a method for getting like really good sidechains. So
is it really fast?
Yeah, I find it super quick now.
As in the actual threshold.
Oh,
like
yeah,
the attack.
Oh yeah, I use what's it called? Shaper box. And then you can have the kick drum waveform displayed, and then in the sidechain you have the sub, so you can see both waveforms laid over each other, and then adjust them, and then you can adjust the phase of either, because I'm using Serum to make everything, so I can adjust the phase in the synth. So I can go like, oh, twist this one 27 degrees this way, and then it matches up perfectly. And you get a perfect smooth. My ideal is to have like a fucking sausage waveform.
Yeah.
I'm getting to the whole idea was, I want it to be like something that is really, really crushed, but I don't want the negative artifacts from having crushed it. So how do I make it in the synth phase where it's like that? You know? It's like making it from the ground up, from scratch, really, really loud. And that's the best way to do it, in my opinion.
Yeah, I feel like people used to dog on the loudness wars thing.
Yeah.
But in my mind, it's just like, if you think about a canvas, you're just going to the edges of the canvas.
Yeah.
Whereas if it's too dynamic, it's like you're going to have white that's just still sitting like negative space.
Like I know some people are like, oh, it doesn't need to be that loud, you can just turn it up. But I'm like, yeah, well, if you're hitting 0 and I'm hitting 0 and mine's twice as loud, I win. And I know some people hate that, but you know, I mean, all my favorite musicians make really loud and big sounding tunes, and I think that is also, it carries a lot of vibe in it as well. Like if my tunes weren't as like slammed, I don't think they wouldn't feel the same.
They wouldn't feel as explosive.
The pressure that you get from that on a big sound system is explosive, and I think that's a big part of it. So like a lot of the reason I didn't release music, I mean, I've been making music since I was like 15. It's like 17 years now. Wait, how old am I? Yeah. Yeah, and a big thing that got in my way was like I'd be making drum and bass, and then I'd play one of my tunes, and it just wouldn't sound anywhere near.
No, that's the worst thing.
Yeah,
is you know that it's like a good
the
song
idea was
or
good,
whatever. Yeah.
One of my biggest haunting moments is I had a friend who was working at Critical Music, and he was playing some of my music in the office, and Kazra heard one of my tunes and was like, "Oh, that's really cool. Can I have that?" And I was really excited because I was like, "This is, you know, dream moment. The guy on one of my favorite labels hears my tunes, wants to play it." And he played it on Rinse FM between a noisier tune and an Alex Perez tune.
Oh.
And it just fucking sounded like shit.
It was just quiet and
it was super quiet. And also the bass was like almost entirely stereo. The mono field was, I didn't know about that shit yet. Mm-hmm. So when Rinse was mono back then, so it just sounded like dog shit. And I was like, I'm never letting anyone play my tunes again until I know what I'm doing. Because I just didn't want that moment again. Because I always just looked up to these really good producers, and I wanted to be that level, like Mephius, Face, Noisier.
There's also something about like, I mean, now everyone's got mini meters, everyone's got some kind of ability to like analyze the waveform, and there is something satisfying about it taking up the entire thing.
Like, I think -5, -6 is the good sound. Some people will say that's too loud, but for what I do, like if
depends on the tune.
Yeah, I mean, I've got some like more minimal tunes. I have a tune coming out on Hairbase label called Followers, and that is I tried mixing that loud, didn't work. Like minimal, just vibey dubstep, just can't be that loud. Doesn't make sense. When everything's too pushed, you need the space to imply. In like that sort of music, you need negative space for everything else to sound big. Because if everything's loud, nothing's loud. Yeah. So if you're making super brash, aggressive music, and you want everything to be full ding, fair enough.
Full ding, I like that.
But if you got like big reverb kicks and snares, and it's like, you know, atmospheric, you can't have that all like compressed to fuck. You need the decay phase for it to sound big, or else it just sounds flat. So
yeah, so you were saying that you started out making like progressive kind of dead mousey stuff, and then for a long time you made drum and bass.
Long time.
Yeah, and now it's mostly dubstep. I wanted to ask, have you always been very like technically, like your brain is technical? Because like I feel like everything we've talked about and everything that you've done kind of career-wise is like a very engineering brain.
So going further back, in my family, like my dad, but basically all my family rolls down to steam railways. So my dad and his dad all worked on steam railways. My granddad on my mum's side, he was in railways. Everyone was about steam railways. So I grew up in workshops working on Victorian steam trains.
Whoa.
And then like I used to like, it's called being a fireman, but not like putting out fires. Like I'm shoveling coal into the engine.
Oh, you were doing that?
Yeah. I used to do that. Like for my summers, I used to go to a town called Porthmadog and work on the Festiniog Railway. If you're ever in England or Wales, go to the Festiniog Railway. Just beautiful area called Snowdonia. It's an old mining railway that goes up the mountains. Beautiful.
That sounds nice. So you just take the train on the path that it goes?
Yeah.
Was it like you would come home at the end of the day?
It was, now it's a tourist thing. Like it was a Victorian slate mine, and you would take the steam train up and then load up the trucks with slate and then to push them back down, like no train. That was cool. And we still do that actually. It's called a gravity train. where you basically have like 100 wagons full of slate, and then you just push it down a 13-mile hill and then ride it like a roller coaster.
That sounds like a good way to like capture some energy too, like some regenerative braking technology.
It's all like 130-year-old tech though. So.
Yeah. Oh, that's so cool. So you were shoveling. Was it like
it was hard work,
bad
man.
breathing? Like you're just like, oh, I'm just shoveling coal.
Yeah, I mean it's a small. It's called narrow gauge. It's only like 2 feet between the wheels. Whereas like mainline is like 5 feet or something. So it's smaller because it was built for mines and shit. So, you know, you don't want to build a really big tunnel.
Because, yeah, you got it. The tunnel. It's a pain in the ass to build.
So, I'd be shoveling like 4 tons of coal a day.
Damn. Were you ripped? You'd have to switch sides, right?
Yeah.
Because otherwise you're just going to get jacked on one side.
Sometimes this is now a train podcast.
Yeah, dude. They have
a unique type of train there called a double fairley that has, it looks like 2 steam trains stuck together back to back. So you have like probably about this much space, and you got to like shovel one into the other one and one into the other end. So you'd be swapping around the whole time. But
dude,
yeah,
I like how this is a train podcast.
This is now
train people are some of the biggest enthusiasts. Like, you think people like dubstep? People who fuck with trains?
I will take this moment to say that Francis Bourgeois guy, you seen that guy online?
He's the guy who's really hyped about when the train goes by?
Fuck that guy.
Really?
That guy's a fake.
Does he not know?
Nah, he's like a bro who used to make Tech House, and that's all a character.
He's like not actually autistic?
Nah, I don't think so. If you look up old pictures of him, he's like looks real cool and has like a cool haircut and wears like cool clothes. And then all of a sudden he like looks like a huge nerd. And now he has deals with Prada and stuff. And I'm like, he was never that guy. And he's just taking the piss out of people like me. Do you know what I mean? Because I like trains. You know what I mean? I'm not like standing on bridges watching them go by and writing down the numbers. Yeah. That sucks. But
that's just it's like bird watching for trains.
Yeah. I like them. I think they're cool.
No, you can't. I was walking these dogs on the Metro, which is a Chicago train. Not anything crazy went by, but it was like at this perfect angle. I was like, ooh, that would have been a cool shot. Yeah. But it's just this fucking behemoth rolling by.
Oh, they're such cool machines, man.
Yeah. It's honestly amazing. So would you have a train set?
I did when I was... Oh, yeah. If I was minted later in life, I'd probably have like a garden train set.
Because you got to have like a garden.
Yeah, I want an outdoor one.
Oh.
So like, yeah, there's different gauges of how big they get. I kind of want one of the engines like this big. And just run it around the house. Yeah, it'd be sick though.
Dude.
You can get ones that you can ride on and shit.
What?
Yeah. And they're actually fully functional steam trains. So you can like shovel like tiny bits of coal into them and it actually works.
With like a little shovel?
Yeah, like a little tiny hand shovel. It's sick, bro. That's proper like baller stuff. Like,
bro, that could be a whole other. Not to try to think about content, but like that could just be.
Oh, there's good content about that online.
You need to send me some stuff.
I'll send you some some good train stuff. But yeah, so I used to work in the workshop, so doing like machining, just working on Victorian shit. So it's all like very hands-on engineering. I've always been.
So you come from a family of train people.
Come from a family of like trained people, engineers. I was always interested in like A levels, which is like how like between high school and university, I did music and I did physics, and I was torn between like, do I go down science somehow or do music? And I ended up doing music production because it felt like somewhere in the middle.
Well, and music is very science. It's very math based. But
increasingly, I realize, I was chatting to Vidra about this the other day, you can't be just a technical guy, because I'm sure that anyone who is on YouTube watching this podcast knows a few producers that are really good at tutorials, but their music kind of stinks. And they're really technical and they know everything that they're talking about, but the vibes are just bad. You need vibes, because ultimately you can have a tune that's really vibey, but the production's not great. And no one will care because it's vibes.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
So you need. That's why I think the best duos or whatever have like
a technical guy,
vibes guy, and then the music theory guy. That's the holy trinity.
That's the
holy trinity. Man.
Is that what Noisia is?
Yeah.
Okay. I was just thinking of Disclosure. You got, I forget which one's which. But one of them is more of like the engineer.
Yeah.
And the other one's just like, I'm going to come in here and rip some solos.
Yeah.
And it's like, we need both of you.
You need that. Yeah, that's where the best stuff comes from.
Yeah.
So,
interesting.
yeah, I need me like a music theory vibes guy. I feel like I can do the vibes, but if anyone's like really shit hot music theory, I mean, I've got Waveheart. Shouts out Waveheart. He's my
Dude,
boy.
I listened to that track, one of the tracks that you have with him on Spotify, and I was like, whoa.
He is insane. So slept on. One of my favorite producers in America. Crazy guy. He makes tunes where everything is all in synth. I made 1-2 tunes like that. He does that all the time. He's crazy.
Yeah.
Genuinely a fucking crazy guy. Shout out Cameron. I love you, Cameron.
So I was doing just like, cursory research on you, and Combine, was that a duo or were you in a group? It was 2 people,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It was me and my friend Merson. I met him at university. We used to make drum and bass together, and then when I moved out here, he's actually from Oregon. Like 2018 or 2016, I want to say. He was like, yo, do you want to like quit your job and come with me to live in Oregon for 6 months and write an album? And I was like, yeah. So we just road tripped around America and just explored, and I fell in love with America at that point. So I now I spent Christmas with his mum. Yeah, and he's like in London. And
what? You guys switched roles?
Yeah, I just hang out with his mum now.
That's hilarious.
Shouts out Julie.
Okay, so was there a point where it was just like, okay, he didn't want to do the project anymore, and you're like, I'm going to keep going?
Well, it was just I started doing different stuff, and it just was hard to, do things. He was really busy in his day job. He's got more into techno and garage and stuff.
Oh, okay.
He actually was super big on dubstep and showed me a lot of dubstep in the past. So I wouldn't be where I am without him. And when he comes back out to America, he is planning to move out here. So I'm trying to psy-up him into getting into dubstep and having a dubstep career.
Was one of you were you both kind of like just excited about like music, and neither of you were like the music theory guy versus like the technical guy?
Yeah, neither of us were music theory. I was definitely more technical. He was more of a vibes guy. That was
okay, so it still has...
It's
got that balance.
Yeah.
And now I'm just trying to think of other like duos and trios. I'm trying to like Pendulum. You got Rob Swire, who's like the front man.
Yeah, he's a technical bad man. Gareth, I mean, I think he makes most of it. Gareth, kind of a vibes guy.
He's like,
and then L Hornet's just a DJ guy. I mean, I know he made some tunes as well, but
I'm still thinking about trains, dude.
I'll show you some shit when we get off the pod.
No. What do we think? Just to put a pin on this train subject, do we like what like the Japanese and some of the other Asian countries are doing with these bullet trains, or is that like
they are number one, bro?
They're the best.
I can't wait to go to Japan and ride a bullet train.
This is a train podcast.
Yeah, this is now a train podcast. Yeah, we'll have a sister podcast.
So you haven't rode the bullet?
I haven't yet. Takuya Carnage, he's from Japan, and he recently was like, do you want to come and play shows in Japan? I'm like, yes.
Yeah. What?
Yes, I do. It's super hard.
Japan is just... They like had a chokehold on my childhood.
Same.
Like Nintendo and PlayStation and...
Yeah.
Only later I got an Xbox, but yeah. Shout out Japan, dude.
Shout out Japan, man.
All right, no more train stuff.
Yeah.
All right, so I like lost my train of thought.
Nice.
Oh, sorry guys. But yeah, so it was a duo, and now you're doing your own stuff. And okay, yeah, we're kind of like going through technical brain. That was how we got here. You've also done a lot of other interesting jobs. Like I feel like just from the little bit that we've talked since you've gotten here and we've been doing the podcast, you've done a lot of really cool stuff. Like you were saying the A&R job, you were, like what else was there?
At artist relations, but like just helping out with the
other
agency.
Agency.
I used to do sound design for like TV and ads. Yeah. That was fun. Very technical, very heavy.
So you were designing the music and like
mainly like say if I mean I used to do a lot of podcasts as well, so this is very familiar to me. But ad stuff would be like doing layering sound effects for like a spaceship crashes into a building. Right. You know, that's CG. There was no sound recorded on set. You need to layer in sound effects and make stuff for it. And I used to do a lot of like on-set recording for like
production stuff.
Yeah. I used to work for AEI Media. Well, I do contract work for them. So they're the company that runs like Drum and Bass Arena, UKF, all those things. So all their like podcasts and like say like documentaries and stuff. I do some stuff on that.
Interesting. So. Dude, it just seems like a lot of hats to wear, and also
I've been about.
Do you feel like being kind of like a contractor and like doing all these different jobs, do you ever feel like that's, because here's my thought, I also do a lot of contract work, and I feel like it kind of makes you more able to dodge, you know, like getting fired. First of all, like if you're working for a job and that's your only source of income, like if you get fired, it's like, whoa. But if you just start losing work in one field, you can kind of maybe try to do more of this, do more of that.
Yeah, being adaptable is important. Like trying to not have too many eggs in one basket just in case, you know? Having contingencies.
Yes. Yeah. So, I mean, it's also nice to learn like a lot of skills and know how to do a lot of different things. So then you can do that. And you know, we were talking in the start doing the refrigerant stuff, like that's, how did you even get into that? Because that is like very
I thought refrigeration was magic about 3 years ago. I was talking to a friend of mine I'd literally just got my work visa for America, and he was like, do you know anything about electronics? Like, you know, can you solder, can you weld or anything like that? And I was like, I know how to do some of that shit. And he was like, I might have something for you, come meet my boss. And then I met my boss Evan, and just started learning it, and he taught me so much. And then just blasting YouTube, blasting books, figure it out.
What is Freon, dude? They always say that.
Freon's just a term for like refrigerants, and there's lots of different refrigerants that have like different there's a word for it, saturation points. So when it goes from like liquid to a gas, it happens at different pressures, different temperatures, and that's like a sliding scale.
And why is it cold?
Because there's a thing called latent heat. So there's two types of heat, sensible heat and latent heat. And sensible heat is like when you're going through just like towards the saturation point, and then, okay, you know, if you put ice in a glass of water, that water will not go below 32 degrees unless it'll stay at that exact temperature while there's ice in there, because you can't freeze, you can't go past the saturation point until everything hits that point of energy, then it state changes. Yeah, as you've probably figured out, I like really nerdy technical stuff, and
that's how we got here.
So I just love deep diving. Like,
see, but now you've kind of gone full circle, and they're like, oh, I started doing music, and now I'm kind of back to physics.
Yeah,
so I mean, you're still doing music.
Yeah,
but
both at once. It's tiring, but I wouldn't trade it for the world, man. It's fucking sick.
This is not the podcast people were expecting with Combine, but that's
I mean, we can talk about sound design as well. I'm super down for that.
Yeah, we'll get there. Yeah. When I was a kid, my dad would take me to Home Depot. He's a contractor.
Yeah.
And I would be like, this place fucking sucks. It's so boring, dude.
I love going to Home Depot
I love it.
Yeah.
Home improvement.
Yeah.
What's better?
There's such a like cultural thing about DIY in America that I love. I didn't realize. In England, like we have like B&Q, shit like that. But like,
is that like Home Depot?
Yeah, it's like English Home Depot. But like, you guys fucking love it, and you're all about it. And yeah, Home Depot is fucking cool.
Is that just like a freedom thing, like an American?
I think
freedom?
So. Yeah. Also, like contractors mainly buy from Home Depot. I feel like, and you need, you know, everyone's always building shit, so you always need a Home Depot. Also, travel tip: if you're on the road and you need like a nice clean bathroom, Home Depot. They always have nice bathrooms.
You know, we didn't even mention this. You're playing a show tonight. Maybe we slightly mentioned it. How has the DJing career been? And like, is that just like funny money on top of what you're kind of normally doing?
It's been really nice in terms of like, I recently got a raise, which has pushed me into like the more comfortable range. But for a while, it was like a gig could like really save me. So that was really nice. But yeah, now I'm just trying to like bank all the music money so I can, you know, reinvest that into equipment. Because I don't have decks. My entire American music career, I've not really practiced on decks. Most of the time I've DJed has been like in clubs. So I kind of had to just roll with it and figure out. I used to mix most days in London, so it's not that hard to But it just, I'd love to have a pair of decks so I can just practice at home and
like a proper mixer and CDJs.
I just want a full setup so I can like practice stuff and figure out sets, because I've been playing like not the same set for a while, but like a lot of the same doubles, and now I'm like, I need to just like scratch all that and just completely redo it. I imagine it's not much of a problem for people who haven't seen me before, but for me, I'm like.
So the first thing you would buy equipment wise would be like decks and
probably decks.
Would you ever buy like an all-in-one?
Yeah, I was looking at the AZ controller thing, all-in-one.
Yeah,
that looks pretty decent.
I'm curious why they get shade, because like think about like how much more expensive a mixer and the CDJs are, and I just get confused what the real benefit is. Like you can just plug more stuff into the mixer and it's more modular, and I much prefer DJing on like a full set of 3000s than a mixer rather than a controller. I mean, the controllers have got a lot better now. Like 5-7 years ago, they were definitely way shitter than against the actual like full scale decks. So yeah, kind of. Is it mostly that they're just like jamming a lot of stuff into one?
Yeah, I mean, like the components would be like lesser quality. Like the jog wheels would suck more. Mm-hmm. They wouldn't have certain features that you'd expect on decks. I feel like Pioneer used to like cut features out of their lower tier models that you really want to make you buy the expensive one, which is kind of a shit business practice. But
that's how most
Apple
people
set
do
the
it.
Pace,
yeah.
So yeah, can't really fault them too much, but.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, I've always kind of, because I have like a RX2, and it feels like it does everything that I would need, but it doesn't have all the bells and whistles.
Yeah, I'd love all the bells and whistles. That'd be cool.
Have you thought about any other investments that you would make once you get that bag?
Yeah, I mean, literally, I've been looking at, I really want a Subaru WRX. Yeah, dude. I want a nice new car.
In Oregon? That makes sense.
Yeah, I was looking at some on like resale websites the other day. I kind of want to get like a loud car color. Do you know what I mean?
Like a red or like a
red. I was looking at yellow, bro. Like I feel like hot take, white cars suck. I don't.
I have a white car, and
I'm sorry. I'm sorry,
it's
bro.
Fine. I actually didn't buy the car, and
black looks badass.
All black.
It just looks badass.
Is swag.
But also, I'm like, I kind of want to ball out and get like a purple car or some shit. Because then I'm like, people are like, oh, I know that guy.
I get it though. Having a nice car that you roll, like I spend a lot of time in my car.
Yeah. When I'm traveling around the country for work, like I'll get rental cars. And there is so nice to have like a really nice, like modern car with all the bells and whistles. Like,
do you have a car?
I have a 2008 Subaru Outback. Yeah. That's kind of mashed up.
Dude,
I learned to drive in America like 2 years ago. I'd never driven a car before. And then I got a car. I went and paid for like a private driving test. And looking back, they were not thorough. I was not ready. Yeah, like I merged into the wrong lane at one point during the test, and she was like, that was bad, right? And I'm like, yeah. She's like, and you know why it was bad? I'm like, yeah. She's like, okay, cool, I'll pass you. And I'm like, I don't know why that was bad. Now I know why that was bad. But I was just like, cool. She didn't even take me on the freeway.
Oh, really? Yeah, that is normally.
Didn't parallel park.
Oh. Did they make you hit the emergency brake, the handbrake?
Nope. But I literally just drove around the neighborhood for 10 minutes, and she was like, thank you for $150.
Seems good enough, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, cool, fine. So.
Wow. Well, I don't want to be a conspiracy theorist about this, but it's like, they probably make money off giving you a license. Yeah. Because then you got to pay for, all the other shit.
I'd got a job, and I needed to be able to drive to work because getting Ubers was expensive every day.
Oh, yeah.
So then it was like, I could apply for the DMV test, and it would be like 2 months, or I could just go like next week on the private. And I hadn't had any driving lessons. I just had my friend's mum teach me how to drive. I did like 5 6 hours.
It might have been better in some ways that you didn't learn to drive on the other side of the road.
Yeah, 100%.
Because I drove when we went to Ireland.
Oh yeah,
like a year ago, and that the second I pulled out of the lot, I was like, oh, I'm going the wrong way. And I was just like, what is happening? Because you have these, it's almost just muscle memory.
Yeah, 100%.
It fucked me up.
I'm not looking forward to going back to England and driving. I want to really like
confuse
rent a car and just drive around all of England, because now like I'll do like a 6-hour drive and be like, oh, cool, fuck it. And that's the entirety of England.
So yeah, get a car, get a mixer.
Yeah.
Live life a little bit.
What else do I want to buy? It's kind of it. Want a house at some point. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
I don't know how attainable that is in today's money, but
it's tough.
One day I'll have a cool house.
Is Oregon like
expensive?
Is it expensive?
Yeah. California people coming up and raising my prices.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah. But it is a beautiful place. I love Oregon. It really reminds me of like, it's a good mix between the countryside of Wales and Portland is like, it's a city, but it's not like a metropolis, you know? So I can have the best of both worlds. I can go and be in the woods in 20 minutes. I can be downtown.
Are you a nature guy?
I would like to be more,
boy, so to speak.
Yeah. I grew up in nature and used to run around the woods and stuff. So I love that shit.
Okay.
But I'm just too busy. But I'd love to be doing hikes and stuff, but I'm just never home anymore. So
fair enough.
But I've got all the equipment and I got, you know, camping stuff, hiking stuff, but I just never have time. So
do you do a lot of production on the road?
Nah, can't do it. I have to be in my studio, in my place. I don't know why.
What about like you ever meet up with someone and do a collaboration with them?
Yeah, I'll do that sometimes.
In their studio?
Yeah,
it's like, okay.
if I'm in New York, I'll go see McKaylee or something. And
but you don't want to be in a coffee shop, just like...
Nah, I can't do that shit, man.
I'm too ADD for that.
Yeah, no.
I'm like, what's happening over there?
Yeah, and like people that make tunes on planes, I don't know how you do that. I'm a big guy, so already I'm maxing out the space that I have.
Oh, yeah.
With a laptop, no. I'll use Recordbox on a plane sometimes, and I'm just like this.
Crunched up.
Sucks.
Is there anything that you got going on that you're really excited about, or anything that you did want to like kind of talk about?
Yeah. I'm writing an album. That track was off the album. I don't know if it will be an album. It might be like 2 EPs. Probably be 2-3 EPs. And then I have an EP with Waveheart. I have like 12, 15 collabs. I have
how many songs do you think you have? Because you sent me
like 40, 50. Sat on right now.
Yeah.
But
do you feel like it does better when you release singles and small EPs?
Yeah, I think so.
It gives you more to put out.
Yeah, and like you got to think about the average listener. You know, they're gonna go through Spotify. They're more likely to listen through the entire 3-track EP, 4-track EP than like a 12-track album. When the Turnian Sound album came out, I was like, I need to just sit down and listen to this whole thing. And life was busy, and I'd get halfway through it and then have to do something else. And driving is usually when I try and just blast through big things. So yeah.
Do you listen to podcasts at all? You mentioned that you met Shane Gillis the other day.
I listen to a lot of podcasts. I met James McCann, one of my favorite comedians, on the road. I was working in Arkansas. I was about to fly back to Oregon. I checked my flight cost and it was like ballooned to $2,000. And I was listening to James McCann's podcast and he was like, I'm playing in Oklahoma City tomorrow. If you listen to this on this date, I'll be there. And I was like, that's today. That's in 3.5 hours. I was like, fuck it, I'm doing it. And just went for it. You just
pivoted.
I just pivoted.
Just like, fuck it.
Adaptability, bro.
Yeah.
And just went for it. Had no flight home. Just fuck it, I'm just going to go. Went to the show. He like asked if there's any immigrants in the crowd. And I was just like, yo, what's up? And we had a chat while he was on stage about...
He was doing some crowd work.
He was he did crowd work on me for like 10, 15. And then after the show, he was saying that his ride to Tulsa, which is his next stop, his ride's car broke down. So I was like, dude, I've got a rental car. I'll drive you up there.
No way.
Do you want to just have an adventure? And he was like, yes.
You seem cool. Let me fuck with you for 10 minutes on stage.
So it was just, spontaneous adventure. I said yes to the spontaneous adventure. Got to hang out with one of my favorite comedians. And we got along really well. He invited me to the next show, so I stayed an extra day. And then we just became friends. And he's really nice.
Sick.
So then when Shane Gillis was in town, he was like, I hit him up and I was like, who's on support? He was like, actually me. Do you want to come hang out after the show? So I got to meet Shane Gillis, which was really cool.
Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah. Then we went for beers and we went to this one bar and he just got mobbed.
Shane.
Yeah. Like 50 people all being like, Shane, and he's like, we fucking leave right now. So
he was like, we're leaving.
Yeah, we snuck him out the back of door of the pub. Went to another pub.
See, that would kind of suck to be that famous.
Yeah, it must do, man. It was like
it's good. You can make a lot of money off of it.
It was him and Mark Normand and James and
Did you meet Mark also?
Yeah. Super nice guy. But crazy. Just swamped by people, man. Like
that's crazy.
It's my first time seeing that in person. We see like
a
celebrity walks into the room and everyone just turns and
do you get
dives on them?
What is it called? Starstruck?
I got a little starstruck by Shane just because I listened to his podcast most weeks.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh shit, it's fucking Shane, bro.
But he's such like he seems like such a normal dude too.
He's very nice.
Yeah.
But after talking to him for like a minute, I was like, oh, it's just,
it's almost
he's just a guy.
Surprising to me that he's gotten so popular, but I do think that it is like a time and a place. He's obviously really funny.
I think that's also why he's become so popular, because he's so relatable.
Mm-hmm.
Like his stand-up feels like one of your mates at the pub.
Mm-hmm.
It's less like, hello, I'm a comedian, I'm now talking to you and I'm telling you jokes. It just feels like one of your boys telling stories.
He's like, what's kind of fucked up? And just like this.
And he's just one of the boys, man. Like that's why
like his brand is the boys.
Yeah.
Chilling with the boys.
Yeah.
I love. Also, Matt is funny as fuck too.
Matt McCusker is one of my favorite people on the planet, man.
Yeah,
so
he's
funny.
like, didn't know how I felt about him. See, now we're just on a podcast talking about
it. This is now a podcast. Yeah,
dude. That sounds sick. And I'm just also still thinking about the adaptability. That feels like your whole life is like being like, yeah, I could do that. Yeah, I could do that.
Dude, when I moved to America, I came here on holiday with a suitcase. And then
you didn't necessarily
didn't plan it. I came out here I've been with my now wife. I'm not wearing the ring because I lost it and my cat hid the ring.
That's a whole story.
There's a whole lot.
Patreon exclusive.
Yeah, she just found it right before the podcast.
Yeah.
My cat hid it. But yeah, I'd been coming over here for years to like visit her, and she'd been coming to England long distance for like 8 years. And then after COVID, I came over, and then literally we got chatting to a lawyer, and he was like, there's like 2 ways you can do this. You can either stay here and then apply for adjustment of status, or go back to England, apply for a visa permit to get married, and it'll be about 3 years of being apart, and then you can live together. So it's either you live together now and you fuck off your old life, or you go back and wait 3 years. And I was like, I'm not going back. I don't want to do another 3 years. So, and COVID was a good reset time, It was like, boom, let's just go for it. So,
but you can you go back and forth. Like,
I haven't been back since.
And do you plan to go back, or is there some kind of stipulation?
Yeah, I'm going back in June. While I was waiting on the visa to clear, I couldn't leave the country. So I now can leave the country, because there's a whole thing about while you're in you're like a resident alien is the term. When you're in like limbo of what your legal status is, you're not allowed to leave the country. So I literally just called up my friend Merson from Combine from earlier, and I was like, bro, I'm not coming back. I need you to move me out and find someone else. I'll pay the rent for a bit, but ended up one of our good mates, Max, moved in. So he's just
interesting. Yeah,
I left everything behind, bro.
Really?
I had a computer, a whole studio, loads of records, a wardrobe of clothes, a whole life, and just was like, fuck it, I'm gonna go live in America.
Damn.
And it was the best choice I ever made.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Congrats, man. That's awesome.
I fucking love America, man.
Yeah, hell yeah.
We #1, baby.
So, not to get too personal, but how's the family feel? Are they like, you kind of left us, dog?
Yeah, they're not super gassed on it, but they get it,
That's fair.
When they've seen what I've done and how I've really made something here, they're like, I'm really proud of you. So
sick.
Yeah.
Is your stuff still there? Are you gonna get it?
Yeah, I'm gonna go back in June and get my synths and stuff.
Ooh. Yeah. The important stuff, obviously.
Yeah, that's gonna bum Merson out when I turn up and take all the tools.
All your clothes too. It's they're probably old now.
Yeah, I'm not gonna fit them anymore. The American diet I've got.
Well, being on the road diet is the worst part. Like when you live in a city or whatever and you can like buy your own food, it's like, dude, you're not cooking on the road.
Yeah, it's pointless. I'll get an Airbnb and like, I could cook something. I'm like, I do a 12-hour shift. I'm like, I've got per diems. And it's like, do I want to go back to the Airbnb, cook a meal and clean the kitchen, or do I want to go to a nice restaurant where it's paid for? I'm like,
it's time. Yeah. It's just like
time is more valuable than money. So
yeah. Dude, that is honestly really cool. I've lived in the same kind of area my whole life, and I can't really imagine what it would feel like to just move. And I mean, I know being adaptable and like being open to change is very like good, you know, but I don't know if
it's not easy, man.
Yeah, it's not
like,
easy.
It's scary. Like, I wasn't always as like, what's the phrase, like socially fluid and able to just like, being English and being in America or Welsh, people are much more receptive to me and they want to talk to me, they want to know what's going on. It's a lot easier, so that kind of helps.
You got that exotic element.
Yeah. So that definitely helps. So
do you feel like it helps with the music stuff, like specifically the genre? Like
people are like, being from the UK, and then it's like you just get instant kudos, even though like there are way better producers than me who are American, but for some reason they're like, this guy's from the UK. Like that somehow is a thing. But
I mean, you are a good producer, and like your music is, you know, you've been working on it for 15 years.
Yeah.
So
nice of you to say that. Thanks.
We'll do a little wrap up. Should we play one more track and then get out of here?
What should we play? Go to the Waveheart EP.
Anything you want to say about this one?
This one's fucking rambunctious.
All right.
I made the intro riff for this years ago, trying to replicate the Doom soundtrack. You play that game?
So good. Yeah.
I watched a talk about how Mick Gordon made all that.
My friend sent that to me.
Literally, the intro riff is me trying to recreate what he was doing and changing it a little bit for what I do.
Because he was saying, he was like, I don't want to use guitars.
Yeah. It's just sine waves and distortion only.
But I want it to sound
like a
metal.
Guitar. Yeah.
Kind of.
And it does. And
have you played the new one?
I haven't played it yet.
I haven't played the new one, but I played the one before that.
Doom Eternal.
Yeah. And all Eternal the expansions and stuff.
Yeah.
Fucking dude, they like invented
ripping game.
They invented those games, like first person shooters with the original Doom.
And then redefined it.
Dude, it's so like the graphics are so cool. Mechanics, it's just a great game.
Well, also real quick, the reason I'm called Combine is because of Half-Life.
Oh, really?
Half-Life 2, the alien race, it's called the Combine.
So. Oh, dude, I never played Half-Life. I watched a whole fucking documentary on it because another, you know, just as iconic. In the documentary, they said that they talked to, it's id Software, right?
Yeah.
That's the people that make Doom and Wolfenstein, and they got like the source code to make Half-Life off of their engine.
Yeah.
So, you know, they were some of the first, and
it originally was on
Valve
that
is
engine,
crazy.
Yeah, I fucking love Valve. It was my dream to work for them, but they're like so locked down.
Dude, I hope that you can like do that, you know, like make music for a video game.
I'd love to do that one day. That'd be really cool.
Yeah. It's tough. Anyway, shout out all our gamers. Let's run this track. This is wild.
Shouts out Waveheart. I sent him that riff, and then he made like this big section, and then I've been trying to make something with that riff for years, couldn't do it, and he just was like, what about this? And I was like,
you're like, keep going.
Yes.
it sounds so much like the Doom soundtrack.
Yeah. It just
but different in the hyphy section.
Yeah.
Because like the Doom soundtrack has to fulfill the purpose of like you're playing the game, it feels good.
Yeah.
This feels like a moment.
The boss fight.
Yeah, where you would be, yeah, dude.
Yeah. Boss fight music.
That is sick. It sound like the sound design. Did you do the same thing that he was talking about, kind of?
The intro riff was basically what he talked about, had the process, and like I didn't have all the pedals he had, but I was just trying to emulate what he was doing with the feedback chains and distortion layers and reverb and stuff. And yeah, I had that I think I made that in like 2017, that riff.
Wow.
And it's just been sat on my hard drive, and I sent Cameron a bunch of sounds. And I was like, any of these like tickle your fancy? He was like, this one. And then like 4 hours later, he sent me back this like whip, and I was like, yeah.
That's what I was looking for.
Just trading it back and forth, and I was like, this is why I love working with you, bro. And the drums were in Superior Drummer, because I'll make a lot of like drum loops in Superior. And then, yeah, I just sent him a bunch of stuff. I can't remember I think I chopped that break. I can't remember. But
so that intro break thing is in like a VST drummer, because it sounds more like normal drums.
Yeah.
But they bang.
That's all MIDI.
Yeah.
So it's like programming and figuring out how to like make MIDI drums sound real, and then just bouncing it as a loop, and then just processing it more and cutting it up. And yeah.
Sick. Do you keep a lot of your stuff? Like, do you try not to delete stuff?
Oh yeah, I never delete shit. I just keep it rolling forever.
Put it in a bin.
Yeah. I have like my own sample library. I've been building for like 10 years.
Would you ever put out a sample pack?
Yeah, I kind of want to do that, but I'll wait a bit.
Okay. Cool. All right. Well, we got to go. We got to get out of here, but I'll ask you the wrap up question, which is, what was the most game changing all time favorite concert that you went to?
That's a really hard question.
It's a tough one.
Can I say two?
Yeah.
Seeing Turny and Sounds play for the first time, and just the way they mixed, like, so coming from drum and bass, it's very quick mixing and high energy, just more. And Turny and Sound were the first people where I was like, they're doing that, but in dubstep. And I was really inspired by how they did that. And that drove me to make more dubstep. And the way I approach writing dubstep was based off their DJ sets, kind of. I was very inspired by that. And then it's a toss-up between Andy C for drum and bass. I'd say Andy C, or there was a set is Ed Rush back-to-back Mephius at Fabric. That was fucking crazy.
Oh, I'm so jealous. I tried to go to Fabric when I was there, but it wasn't open.
I spent every weekend at Fabric between 18 and 23.
Oh, so jealous, dude.
Yeah, it was fucking sick, man.
Yeah. I will go.
Yeah.
Because
it's not the same anymore, but definitely go.
I've heard the sound, it's more like club music kind of, or like housey, like there's...
Yeah, it depends on the night you go to.
Yeah.
But
okay.
Just plan it ahead. And yeah. I used to have the Fabric First card, which was like a subscription thing.
Oh.
Where you'd get like cheaper tickets and just walk straight in. Because I was there every weekend. So I was like, fuck it. I'll just get the subscription, man.
What was so special about that place?
Everyone would be there. Like, I would go in with a t-shirt of a rare, like, unique drum and bass label, and I'd make 10 friends. And it was just, it's where I met everyone, man. Just smoking area Fabric.
Dude, the smoking area is where you meet people.
Yeah.
That's why it's like, occasionally art.
Yeah, I don't smoke, but I would just go, my friends would go out for cigarettes, and then you end up meeting another crew, and then you become friends with them, and then you hang out with them for the whole evening. You go to an after party, and you're there till Sunday. Yeah.
That's so cool. Yeah. I will go. Okay, man. Well, we've done it.
We've wrapped up 3 times now.
We're trying to wrap fully. Where can people find you? Where can, any shout outs?
Instagram, Ken_Combine. Shouts out. I'd like to shout out Merson, Oscar, Cameron, Chase, Distinct Motive. He's helped me so much. Turning Sound helped me so much. Yeah, I'm probably forgetting some, but
it's okay.
The guys know.
Shout out maybe your wife.
shouts out my wife. Yeah,
just in case.
Yeah. Yeah, she's like my muse. You know, she looks after me. Yeah, she's great.
She keeps your head, you know, screwed on correctly.
Yeah, I don't think I'd be able to be as like active and hopping around all the time if I didn't have home base like that. You know,
or if she just like wasn't cool with that lifestyle type of deal.
Yeah, she supports me a lot, and I love her to pieces. So, thanks, babes.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, if you made it this far, we appreciate you listening, and we'll catch you next time
on the Train Podcast.
The Train Podcast. Let's go.
Cool. So,
all right, peace. Yo, what's up, guys? This is your host, Jerry. Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed the episode, don't forget to like and subscribe. If there's someone you'd like to see on the show, leave a comment below. And if you're listening on a podcast platform, we'd appreciate it if you leave a review and hit that 5-star rating. Thank you for your support, and we'll catch you on the next one.